Far out in the Nevada desert lies a patch of salt flat named Groom Lake, hidden among mountains, shielded by vast restricted airspace. Stands one of the most secret places on Earth, a place known by the world simply as Area 51. Is it just a testing ground for secret spying aircrafts, or is it something far wilder? An archive of alien craft or government cover-ups? Mysterious lights in the sky. Tonight we take you inside the myths and the facts. Welcome to Area 51, its secrets, its spies and speculations. The name Area 51 came from a grid system used by the Atomic Energy Commission for a map of the Nevada test site. Area 51 sits in southern Nevada, nearly 80 to 100 miles northwest of Las Vegas, inside the larger Nevada Test and Training Range. Its official names include Groom Lake or a Homey Airport, referring to the dried lake bed and runway inside. Although many call it Area 51, the US government never used the term in early documentation. It was a designation on Atomic Energy Commission maps. The facility is deeply hidden, remote terrain, heavy security, restricted airspace, satellite imagery once censored. All of this fuels up the mystery. What we do know, it's a military installation. It is run by the US Air Force and the CIA has been involved in its history. Yet the details of exactly what happens inside remains largely classified. To understand Area 51, we must go back to the 1950s. The Cold War had the US and the Soviet Union in a deadly tech race. The US needed to spy to fly high, fast and unseen. Enter the U-2. What is U-2? In aviation, the Lockheed U-2 Dragon Lady is a high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft used by the military and NASA. In 1955, the CIA selected Groom Lake as a testing site for the U-2. Its flat salt bed made an excellent airfield. Its remoteness helped protect the secrecy. The cover story was whether research or a non-military use, but in reality from the start, this was about stealth and surveillance. When the U-2 went into service in 1956, Area 51 existence remained largely unacknowledged. The secrecy itself became part of the story. The base gained a reputation simply because the government refused to talk about it. As declassified documents now show, Area 51 was the birthplace of some of America's most advanced aircraft. The U-12 was one, later came the A-12 and the stealth fighter F-117 Nighthawk. These machines were secret, exotic in shape and capability. They moved fast, they flew at altitudes and speeds up the ordinary public had not seen. That meant odd sightings, unexplained lights, strange aircraft behavior which encouraged the myth building. So the real reason for the secrecy is very grounded: national security, advanced flight testing and maintaining an edge in aircraft technology. That's the core of the confirmed story. So here is where fact and fiction blend. Because the aircraft were secret, people saw them and assumed something supernatural. They spotted odd lights, strange shapes, unexplained movements at a highly secret base. What else might they assume? In 1989, a man named Bob Lazar claimed he worked an alien spacecraft at Area 51 at a site he called S4. He said the government had recovered alien crafts and bodies. His claims were sensational yet poorly verified. Yet the damage was done. The image of Area 51 as alien storage went mainstream. Once the idea takes hold, it spreads fast. Add to that the remote location, the no trespassing signs, the radar zones, and you have the perfect setting for speculation. Government secrecy plus desert isolation equals fertile ground for imagination. It's essential to separate what is verified from what remains unknown. According to authoritative sources, we know Area 51 is a US Air Force installation at Groom Lake, used for flight testing. We know the government publicly acknowledged its existence only in 2013 when the CIA released declassified memos. What remains unknown is what exactly happening now inside, what projects remain classified and whether any non-aircraft technology, that is alien materials, is being studied. In other words, we know its general purpose, but the full story remains locked behind official secrecy. Area 51 story exploded in popular culture, movies, TV shows, video games. The base became shorthand for top secrets and alien cover-ups. One of the more unusual chapters, in 2019, a Facebook event titled Storm Area 51, They Cannot Stop All of Us, went viral. Millions clicked going on the event. The US Air Force responded with warnings. In June 2019, media covered the remote Nevada highway and the town of Rachel near the base. The event was largely a joke, but it highlights how Area 51 has entered the public imagination fascination, equal parts mystery and meme. Today, tourism along the extraterrestrial highway and the alien-themed towns close to the base thrive on the myth. Yet, behind the laughs and souvenirs, there remains a serious story of a classified military site. What about access? Area 51 is heavily restricted. The airspace above it, R4808N, is a continuously restricted airspace in Nevada, centered over the Groom Lake Area 51 and controlled by the Department of Energy, is off limits to civilian flights. Roads are guarded, surveillance, sensors and patrols monitor the territory. Trespassers risk arrest or worse. The secrecy is not just for show. To test classified aircraft safely, the US military needs a controlled environment. The security measures are real. Those who visit nearby areas like Rachel on the highway, the gate viewing and the souvenir photography is essential as far as the public can go, which again fuels the mystic. The fence itself becomes the part of the attraction. Inside the base, thousands of people over decades have lived and worked. Engineers, pilots, technicians, support staff and their families. They worked under secrecy, often not allowed to tell even to their families what they did. That human side is often overlooked. Some formal workers and locals have reported health issues tied to exposure to chemicals or radiation during the tests. These are factual and serious, the hidden human cost of secrecy. For example, in nearby towns, lawsuits have been filed about exposure from nuclear test areas. While not all directly linked to Area 51, they point to the broader risks in classified testing zones. When we think of Area 51 only as aliens, we miss the human stories. The people who built it, flew it, guarded it and lived near it. Why do the myths persist? Three main reasons. Secrecy. If you hide something, people assume the worst. Strange sightings. Secret aircraft flying at odd hours provoke speculations. Culture. Alien stories are compelling, and once a story spreads, it becomes self-reinforcing. So what's most likely true? According to aviation historians and defense analysts, Area 51 is and was primarily a flight testing site for spy planes, stealth aircraft, experimental designs. While there is no credible public proof of alien spacecraft stored there, the lack of proof is not proof of absence, but the balance of evidence points towards the advanced military technology, not extraterrestrial life. But in short, the coolest part of the story may not be aliens, but it is real. Technology tested in secret, pushing boundaries of flight. If you are curious and want to go there for visiting Area 51, can be a fun adventure. But it's very important to know the rules, limits and precautions, because this is still a heavily restricted US military zone. Here is a list of precautions and safety tips before planning a trip. Never try to enter the base. Area 51 itself is 100% off limits to the public. There are armed guards, motion sensors and cameras everywhere, even though you won't see most of them. Crossing the no trespassing signs even by a few feet can get you arrested, fined or worse. The military takes security very seriously. Remember, it's a classified site, not a tourist spot. Don't fly drones or use binoculars near the gates. Drone use or telescopic cameras can trigger military or law enforcement responses. Air Force above and around the base is restricted airspace R4808N. Civilian drones, helicopters and planes are banned. Even pointing telephoto lenses towards the gate can get you questioned by security or the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. The area around the base like Rachel, Nevada or Groom Lake Road is isolated desert terrain. Bring plenty of water, at least 3 to 4 liters per person per day. Fuel up, no gas station for miles. Food and snacks, first aid kits, spare tires, because gravel roads can puncture them easily. Maps are offline GPS since cell signal is weak or non-existent. Respect locals and security personnel. Locals in Rachel area, the closest town, are used to curious visitors, but they value their privacy. Security patrols, nicknamed commandos, are usually unmarked guards in trucks. Don't film or approach them. Don't shine lights at them at night. Keep calm and respectful if questioned. Stay on public roads only. Groom Lake Road and nearby dirt paths have clear signage showing where public land ends and restricted land begin. If you cross past those warning signs, you are trespassing federal property even unknowingly. GPS maps sometimes don't show the restricted boundaries correctly, so always rely on the signs, not on your phones. Best viewing and safe spots. If you want to experience the Area 51 vibe safely, here are the best options. Little Ora in Rachel, Nevada provide a small motel restaurant and alien gift shop, very tourist friendly. Black mailbox site, famous photo spot along the extraterrestrial highway NV375. Tikhubu Peak, the only legal viewing spot of the base from about 25 miles away. It requires a tough 3-mile hike up rocky terrain. Bring binoculars and camping gears too. Avoid during summer, temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius. Be ready for no service. Cell signal drops quickly after leaving Highway 375. Download offline maps and let someone know your itinerary before heading out. CB radios allowing short distance, that is one to many bidirectional voice communication among individuals. Or satellite messengers are useful if you plan to explore remote roads. Travel during daylight. Navigation is difficult at night due to unmarked dirt roads and wildlife crossings. Plan to leave the desert before dark unless you are camping legally. If you do stay after sunset, ensure your vehicle has strong headlights and emergency gears. Camp only in allowed areas. Public lands near the extraterrestrial highway are mostly Bureau of Land Management, a land where camping is allowed. Do not camp close to the restricted zone or near base perimeters. Always clean up. Desert ecosystems are fragile. Photography rules. You can take photos of signs, gates from public side and desert scenery, UFO themed attractions in Rachel. You cannot photograph military personnel, vehicles or the inside of restricted fences. Surveillance cameras or guards post up close. Keep expectations realistic. You won't see flying saucers or secret spacecraft. What you will experience is a mix of eerie silence, vast open desert and the excitement of standing near one of the Earth's most mysterious places. Treat it like visiting history, a real-life Cold War relic that helped shape aviation. You must have emergency contacts. Lincoln County Sheriff's Office handles law enforcement near Rachel. Emergency dial 911 if cell coverage allows. For breakdowns, have a reliable tow plan or contact from Alamo or Ash Springs. Visiting the outside of Area 51 is legal and fascinating. Just stay on public land, respect boundaries and people, prepare for desert survival, keep curiosity not confrontation. Stay safe, do not attempt to trespass, recognize what is speculation and what is documented fact. The mystery is attractive but the truth deserves respect. Even now we don't know everything, documents remain classified, projects still hidden. What is the next big aircraft? What other technologies are tested? Some reports suggest drone and hypersonic programs. In 2025, new items emerged. A peculiar tower spotted via Google Maps within the Area 51. Boundaries sparked fresh online theory about alien tech or drone test hardware. Whether these new discoveries prove alien or aviation tech is yet to be determined, but they remind us the site still attracts attention, still holds secrets. This means the story of Area 51 is still unfolding. What you see on screen may be the tip of a glacier we cannot fully measure. Well, why does this Area 51 matters? Because it reflects the larger themes, the limits between secrecy and accountability, between defense and democracy, between fact and fantasy. It reminds us that when government hide futures of what they do, the public fills the gap with stories. Those stories become most powerful. It also reminds us that some of the best stories are not fake. The U2 and the A12 and the F117. These are real breakthroughs, real missions, real danger, real human effort. So whether you come for aliens or for aviation, the mystery of Area 51 invites curiosity and critical thinking, because every myth contains a grain of truth and every truth carries its own mysteries. Area 51, a name whispered in conspiracy forums, celebrated in pop culture, feared in secret feelings, built in the desert, a place where men and women pushed the boundaries of flight, where secrecy was the rule and where the skies above glowed with something unknown. We may never lift the curtain completely, but in the shadows of the Groom Lake we can recognize something remarkable, a real world place where wonder meets engineering, where silence meets speed and where mystery meets fact. Thank you for joining us on this journey into Area 51. Keep your eyes on the sky and your mind open and your questions ready, because the desert still holds its secrets. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of Area 51, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.